that because he was sad on Lag BaOmer, and because he was such a holy person, and Shem demanded so much from him, so therefore he got punishment from heaven. Of course, that won't happen to us, but nevertheless, it's coming to tell us that you should be happy. How important it is to be happy on Lag BaOmer. It's not coming to tell you, Rebbe is not coming to tell you how bad it is to be sad. It's coming to tell you how good it is and important it is and how fitting it is to be happy on the day of Lag BaOmer, because that's the day that was revealed the essence of what Judaism is, that the Creator loves His creation, and that we have a responsibility to the Creator to make the creation better. And we have the power to do it, but you got to be happy. If you're not happy, it's not going to work. As Zechariah always says,
more Torah, more life.
More life. And life is happiness. Right? Happiness. The Torah. We're over here now. The Torah brings hashpaot elyonot gam li'yedei bitoy gashmi. The Torah brings the highest blessings into the most physical places. As the Torah says, as it says in Proverbs, the Torah is Eitz Chaim, it is a tree of life. Lamachzikim bo, to those who hold on to it, the Tomcheha, and those who support it, Meushar, are happy. Cain, and also it says, Bismola, in the right hand of the Torah, Osher v'kavod, is richness and honor. Kol sheken, how much more so, be Yamina, in God's right hand. That's God's left hand, richness, how much more so in God's right hand. Gam b'parshatenu, also in Parsha, this Parsha of the week, which you people outside of Israel will be learning next week, says, Bechukotai telechu, walk in my laws, v'natati gishmechem, and I will give the rains in their time. Like it's explained in the Gemara, chitim kakalayot, that there were grains of wheat the size of beans, of the size of kidneys. Seder hanhaga zu hi kayem b'zman abayat. This was the way it was in the Beit HaMikdash, and will be so in the future. What's so important that the physical world will be big and we'll have nice big grains of wheat? What does it mean? It means we will not have to worry at all about any distractions. No distractions. People will be able to reveal the treasure inside of themselves. The gift that they have to contribute to the world. Everybody has something. All the time that you have to be worried about making a living, you can't do it. It says, therefore, now this is going to be special for the Jewish people. And those Jewish people, especially the people who are what they call those who occupy themselves in Torah, their main thing is understanding. But by non-Jews, the happiest thing for a non-Jew is if he finds a good job, right? He finds a job that's fitting to his personality. Happiest thing, right? One of the worst things is that's one of the things that's bad about these socialist states, that people, good news, you're not going to have to work. Oh, this is wonderful, don't have to work. Then they don't know what to do with themselves. And what? Yeah. No. Listen, there was a movement that was called communism. Communism was very, very popular, very, very powerful. And the main thing it had, the main promise of communism was everyone's going to work. You work according to your ability and you receive according to your need.
But that's not true. Some people get more and some people are less successful.
Yes, but if the state controls everything, that was their idea. No one will be more successful than everybody else. Everyone will be placed in their work and everyone will work for the common good of everybody.
But that's false.
So the slogan was based on the front door of Auschwitz.
Work makes free. Yeah, okay. That was a trick. That wasn't the same thing.
Yeah. But it was
That was no. I don't think it was the same.
It was the same thing.
No. It's not the same. It's not the same.
It was, well, of course not.
No. It's far away. It's far away from the same thing. Here, what they're saying is, God forbid in Auschwitz, they're saying, do what we tell you and you'll live. Right? You work like we tell you, and nothing's going to happen. Their intention was to kill everybody and take people's minds off of that fact. Right? People would think about it, but I'm just saying the point I'm trying to say is work. Right? People are interested in work. Like now in America, they have like Trump. There's unemployment has dropped. Oh, what are you going to say about that? They haven't got that. Unemployment has dropped. Everybody's working. So someone could stand up and say, "What do you mean? Employment is terrible, and employment is making the proletariat suffer. Nobody should have to work. No one should have to work. It should all be done by machines, and we should all be spoon-fed. Just sit at home, do whatever we want to." But nobody says a thing like that. Nobody says a thing like that because people want to work. People have a potential, and they feel good when they express their potential. They can benefit other people, right? No matter what the thing is. Besides the social things that you're with other people and you're all working together, and you're not sitting at home alone. Okay. Rashbi Hitzliach that by Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai there was no exile, no korban. Therefore, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, he could bring gold coins. The novelty of this is, Shavuot said that lo bishvilo, he didn't do it for himself or for big tzaddikim. He did it for his pupils. That his pupils were in Gullus, they were still in exile. The pupils, he did it for pupils that wanted money. Right? These pupils, Rabbi Shimon was saying, all there is God, you learn Torah, and
but
everything
God's
is going
in control of the money.
And everything is going to be wonderful, don't worry about it. And his pupils said, no, we want money.
But God's in control of
Do
money.
they want the money just for the money, or do they want the money so that they wouldn't have worries so they could study?
Doesn't make any difference what their motivations were.
But God's in control of
Right?
money.
We understand. I understand. It's true. Yes, it's true. Of course it's true. And the big rabbis that also believe that, but they think God has control of the money. But sometimes you have to cheat a little, and you have to lie, and you have to do this, and you have to leave Torah a little bit, and you have to...
But isn't God in control of everything, not just money?
Yes, he is, but he's not in control of people's free will.
People are in control of themselves, but
That's right.
some decides their future.
This is not in our power to understand what that means. People have free will, and people can choose whatever they want to. That's the way God created people, that they have free will. So even though that God controls the money, and God controls this, yes, but we see that people that believe that God controls the money, nevertheless, they'll, how do you say, cut corners. Cut corners. And why do they do it? It's for myself. Here you see that Yaakov Avinu, he even tricked Esav. No, so you have to trick sometimes, right? So from that they can learn that you can cheat and you can trick, you can do all this, but it's all done in the name of God. Okay, so Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai showed his pupils where money really comes from. Like you said, it comes from God. Now his pupils also know the money came from God, but they thought, how are you going to get this money that comes from God? Here's our opportunity. We can go outside of Israel and we can, work for a couple months and we can make a few billion. That's pretty good. And Rabbi Shimon said, maybe it might be good in later generations, could be, but not in my generation. In my generation, somebody has to sit and learn Torah all the time, and that's us. That's us. You want to see how valuable learning Torah is, right? You think, heck, I wanted to go and make a lot of money. Rabbi Shimon says, I see you don't appreciate what the Torah is. Watch this. Takes him to a big run. With the power of the Torah, he filled the whole thing up with golden coins. And who knows how much those golden coins are worth, even back then. But now it's 1,900-year-old coins. You can make, who knows how much you can make from them. By Rabbi Shimon, it was nothing. Why was it nothing? Because by Rabbi Shimon, he was already holding by the future redemption. And the future redemption says there won't be any need for money and things. It'll be plentiful. People have everything they need. I don't think it's hard. They say that in Russia, I don't know if it's that way now, but it used to be that even in places like cities near Moscow and Petersburg, the people that used to have to stand in line for a long time to get bread. There was bread, but you had to stand in line a long time to get it. And at the same time, there was like in the southern part of other parts, in Bukhara and Gruzia and other places, there was plenty. Fruits, you go in the marketplaces, there was fruits and vegetables, as much bread as you want, because the lines of communication weren't good, the railroads weren't good, or there was the mafia would get in the way, or whatever it was, and there was plenty. This world has enough to supply everybody in it. It has enough. Even though 9.9% of the economists say it's not so, that it won't work, but because they think negatively. They think negatively. The fact of the matter is that it has to come along one person. I think I told you about this.
The matter is that the ability to way over the boost. We need good service economy because people work. We really have to make it happen. To make the food, you don't really need so many people.
America throws away, who knows how much it throws away. It has this plenty, and it subsidizes and throws away, and people are going starving. There has to be some way that the world, if people were just open and they weren't at each other's throats and at their own throats, is that it would affect the land. That's the idea of Judaism. It would affect the world, the physical world. The fruits would grow, the trees would grow, the lines of communication would be there, the transportation would be better, people wouldn't be thieves, people wouldn't hurt each other just for the sake of money. That's what Rabbi Shimon did. By Rabbi Shimon, the world was the way it was supposed to be. And he was able to bring coins even for his pupils who weren't anywhere near his level. Because they were worried about their physical life. They were worried about money. It says in the future, the Rambam says, people won't want the days of the Mashiach in order to get physical things. Why? Because Sheva Gashmi? Because then people will only need a little bit. That's right. People won't need so much. People won't have to live in houses that are $1 million. It says that in the future, everyone will have a small cow and 2 sheep, and everybody will be happy. But Rashbi, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, he brought tremendous amounts of money for his pupils, billions of dollars. Why? Because that came from the revelation of the inside of the Torah. This will be like in the future. The inside of the Torah will be revealed in a physical, actual way. In this physical way, to all types of people. That's why Rabbi Shimon was able to bring golden coins to his pupils. Okay, just thinking about the story doesn't really make that much sense, because Rabbi Shimon could have said to his pupils, oh, you want money? Forget about money. Everything's going to be okay. You're not going to go to heaven if you get money. Everybody said, okay, Rabbi. But he saw, what did he do? He saw, if he would have said to them, listen, money is a bad thing. Don't think about it. But it still would have bothered them. And not only that, even if it wouldn't, so they would have lived on this sort of reward and punishment level. Rabbi Shimon wanted to show them what life is really about. He said the whole essence of life comes from the Torah. And the inside of the Torah, that's the inside of life. And what's the example? Nothing is more personal to a person than money. Right? What people won't do for money, money makes people crazy. Right? People can be the biggest, most religious person. What? Money automatically makes up. There's a famous story that there was a great rabbi, and he was judging 2 people. And he told them to wait outside for a minute. He wanted to rest, whatever. And one of them slipped a coin into his coat pocket that was outside, hanging on the hanger. It was hanging on the hanger, the coat of the rabbi. He slipped the golden coin into this pocket, a silver coin, whatever. He slipped it into the pocket. And then he came back in. As soon as he came back, the rabbi started to go over the laws again, and he said, tell me 1 second. The did you put any money in my pocket outside? So he said, yeah, it could be, but I didn't give you anything. He said, no, I can't judge your case anymore. He said, why? Because suddenly, all of a sudden, when you came back, I started thinking how right you are and how correct how logical your arguments are, how the other person's isn't. I thought, why could it be that suddenly I said, the only reason it must be was that you must have put money in my pocket. Now, this rabbi also obviously was a very holy person, and if he would have given the rabbi money up front, he wouldn't have taken it, no matter how much it is. And he knew that. That's why he didn't give it to him up front. That's why he slipped it into his pocket. Thinking maybe it'll help. No, maybe it'll help, who knows? And it did help. It did help. It had an effect on the rabbi. That's what money does to a person. Money makes people crazy. Money makes people crazy. I mean, I'm telling you this, and who knows what's going to happen with me tomorrow? Who knows? Right? Somebody will give me $2 million. I don't know. I just can pray that I can withhold the test. Well, Rabbi Shimon's pupils didn't withhold the test. They didn't stand up against the test. The test was too great. They wanted money. And Rabbi Shimon knew that he could have told them, don't want, and they would have stopped it. But inside deep, they would have thought, money. So Rabbi Shimon wanted to show them that the whole source of the whole world, including all the money, comes from the Torah. And there's nothing like learning the Torah. You don't see it. You learn Torah, you don't have nice shoes and a nice car. Right? Nevertheless, that's the truth. That's what the truth is. That's what Rabbi Shimon wanted to see. In the future, in the days of the Mashiach, we'll all see that. Ata now, Muven, it can be understood. Uvda, the fact. Shalagabi Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai en Mudgash Hapela Shalakichas Din Rizov. That's why it was not said in the Gemara anything about how those coins of gold disappeared. Didn't say how the coins were taken back. Even though that they certainly were taken back, and it was certainly a bigger miracle than the first one. Right? Why doesn't it say that? Because Davar Shayos Shino Seder HaShamayim. This would be an order, a change in the order of heaven, a miracle. Because the whole thing of Rabbi Shimon was not what God did to take things back, but only Hashra Lamata, to make God reveal here, bringing the inside of the Torah down into the physical world. This is what the Rashbi, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai said, that he has the ability to protect all of the generations from him until the coming of the Mashiach. His merit is enough to protect all of the. That could be what's going on right now. Why the Arabs are shooting, hundreds of missiles at us from land that the Israelis gave them, and the Israelis do nothing. They let them shoot missiles, and the missiles don't hurt anybody. It just does not make any sense. Now we can understand that it makes sense. It's the merit of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai that's protecting all of the generations until the coming of the Mashiach. Rashbi, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, and the inner Torah that he revealed, they are attached to Mashiach. And the whole thing of Mashiach is to make a perfect world, a world where everyone's potential can be expressed. It's known, Shemidei Shana, that every year returns the revelations that were on the first time. Just like on every Tet Vav Nisan, every Pesach shines the revelation of going out of Egypt. Every Shavuot shines the same revelation of godliness that was when God gave the Torah. Also the same thing every Lag BaOmer. Every Lag BaOmer, okay? Yes?
Okay, yes.
Lag BaOmer. The whole thing of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and his way of doing things was in the way that it's going to be in the future redemption. This Rabbi Shimon gave to his pupils, and he gave to the future generations the whole purpose and the idea of the inside of the Torah. And this will be understood and be grasped, and it'll be our regular day-to-day life by means of Torah Chassidic Chabad. Especially in our generation. In our generation, the generation of the heels, the generation of the Mashiach, then will be just like it was in the generation of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. All of the blessings, the coins, the golden coins, from Pnimis Torah, from the inside of the Torah, will come down into the physical world, in a good physical world, in a revealed and a perceived way. That's why we're so happy with Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai passing away. V'yomartem kol echai Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, v'yomartem kol echai Rabbi Shimon Tzadikai. Yishalagim, Omer Rabbi Akiva, Ashreichem Yisrael. Omer Rabbi Akiva, Ashreichem Yisrael, Ashreichem Yisrael.
Rabbi Akiva, Zekadol Mataya.
No, that's a different song.
Please sing it.
Yes, how does it go? How does the song
Omar.
go? No, Omar Rabbi Akiva, Zekol Gadol B'Torah. Omar Rabbi Akiva, Zekol Gadol B'Torah. Shalish, Shalach, Shalish.